I'm thirsty.
LESTER'S FIXINS is back with another delicious option from their ever-exotic catalog. Crack open a cold bottle of LESTER'S FIXINS Cucumber Soda! This bright green carbonated beverage is artificially flavored with the cool, refreshing flavor of the finest, freshest Kirby Cukes! This sugary, cumbery concoction is the perfect companion to hot fun in the summertime. LESTER'S FIXINS. Y'all get your fixins!
You know, I don't even care what I'm ingesting anymore. It could be poisonous for all I care. All I know is that other me had a plot to shut this show down early. But I saw through his evil plan. Yes, I did. I nipped that shit in the butt. I took that old nuclear bomb of his for a little trip down the vortex randomizer, and boom! Your little device of death is the Underverse's problem now! Oh, Squinkies, don't you dare try to rain on my parade! It was a bomb, Squinkies, like you said. If anyone knows me, it's me. And I'm about 58% sure it was a bomb. Don't waste your time, Squinks! It was just a stupid side plot that wasn't working, so we hit the abort button. They do that kind of thing in the WWE all the time. Don't bother! Forget you ever saw that thing! Well, I wish I could just sit here and dance and smile, but I suppose I need to address this. LESTER'S FIXINS, him again? Cucumber soda. Sounds familiar. This is. Could you imagine how refreshing cucumber soda would be? Like without all the garlic and without all those pickle elements in there. Just chilling that to the point where it's almost frozen and drinking that? I could imagine that would refresh you better than a Gatorade. And I bet you would exist. I just have to do some like minimal monkey work. Try to like maybe shout out to the people at the Divinity Creator. Maybe Eric the Red could get it for me. Somebody needs to get me this cucumber flavored soda because I want to try that for the show and I bet you that's close to 5 stars. Still think this show ain't worth nothing? Cucumbers! I do not believe I've ever mentioned cucumbers on this show. What does your good buddy DJ Clive think of cucumbers? Well, it's part of the great divide of the vegetable community, isn't it? I mean, it's almost like Biden people and Trump people. It's all 50-50. If you have a salad with cucumbers on top of it, half the people are gonna take those cucumbers off! It's so odd with a cucumber. I mean, you could have a salad that's just piled high with all sorts of different ingredients. Radishes, black olives, freaking lettuce, all kinds of different lettuce, like Belgian endives and bibob lettuce, red cabbage, and like you just pile it all high and it all just tastes like salad. The second you add a cucumber though, that taste is changed radically.
I am more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme!
You know, not too long ago when I did the Grow Organic Broccoli Juice review, I went through one by one all the vegetables that exist and why I hate every one of them. And because it was such a spur-of-the-moment skit, the list was kinda scattershot, incomplete. I left a lot of the big ones off of there, and I didn't even mention cucumbers now that I think about it. So perhaps I should cue up the music and rattle off one by one all the remaining vegetables, why I hate them, and maybe, just maybe, there's one that I might like in there? I doubt it. Cucumbers. I'm petrified of them. As are cats. And the Undertaker. Onions. Any food item that makes you squirt violent tears out your eyes shouldn't be a food. Celery. Eating one stalk is the exact same experience as eating approximately 12 wooden popsicle sticks. Cabbage. Tastes like eating a rusty old pot from the 1930s. Potato is a thin round circle of skin filled with quicksand. Edamame. They are not edible. Butternut squash. I find it odd it tastes neither buttery nor nutty. Kale tastes like a head of lettuce in a gasoline fire. Red cabbage. You drink it as a side dish. That's right, I said drink it, preferably with a straw. Green pepper. I almost want to shove it into my nose instead of my mouth because that's mainly where you taste it. Parsnip. Are you ready, parsnips?
Eat my dust, Skagga.
Arugula. I thought that was the name of the king of the gorilla hierarchy. Belgian endives. It's the invasion of the body snatchers pods of the vegetable kingdom. Broccoli rabe. It's like you ate a giant pile of leaves that you just raked in the backyard. And it just rained. Turnips. It's like a vegetable manufactured by Crayola. Anise. Fennel. Make up your goddamn mind! Which one are you, anise or fennel? Pick one! Leeks. Just because my good buddy Cardfetched is obsessed with them doesn't mean that I have to be. You know, fun fact, if you hit someone really, really hard with a leek, it doesn't really hurt that much. Bok choy, now that. I'm pretty sure I could kill somebody with one if I swung it hard enough. Pumpkins. These things taste so bad people don't even eat them. We had to really think outside the box to try to find a use for them. Rutabaga. Nothing I can say can make it funnier than it already is. And zucchini is a cucumber imposter. So what did we learn? We learned that it's a good thing that I'm not the Undertaker because I'm sure that I'm going to like this. The other me said it perfectly when I went to go visit him back in time. This is a great invention. This should have existed a long time ago. I mean, what quenches the thirst better than a nice, cool, crisp cucumber on a hot summer day? And I said it in not so many words. I don't like cucumbers. I just don't like the way that they feel in my mouth, but I like the taste of them. I like the juice of them, and cucumber juice really doesn't exist. You can't buy cucumber juice in a bottle, but you can buy like water that's flavored with a little twist of cucumber, and it's really refreshing. It adds something like a cool crispness to that water that actually makes it quite pleasant. And when I think about biting into a cucumber, it's like, I don't know, I brought back to that pickled potty pond squash that I had a long time ago. Just a weird feeling in your mouth. It almost makes you want to gag. It's kind of like if you took your personal razor that you used to shave in the morning, you went to your front yard and found a nice tree, and you shaved all the bark off of that tree until it has that nice yellow inner sticky layer, and you took a nice hearty bite out of that soft inner layer. That's the feeling of biting into a cucumber, bar none. It's only after you nuke it with garlic and brine and turn it into a pickle does a cucumber become edible for me. Very strange that way. Oh, apparently Lester has really strong, manly hands! Stupid, stupid, stupid! I thought as human beings we're supposed to progress! Twisty caps! Where's the inconvenience there? Ah, and smell that delicious artificial cucumber flavor. You know, you really have to give the people at LESTER'S FIXINS a modicum of credit here because there's no template to run from when it comes to artificial cucumber flavor. I mean, these flavors are way, way out the box. Nobody's thinking about this. There's no precedent. They just have to create it from scratch. And you gotta give them kudos. No matter how this tastes, you gotta give them a lot of brownie points for that. But anyway, over the lips and past the gums, and we'll see exactly if this is as refreshing as I think it will be. It's such a simple, brilliant idea. It's amazing nobody thought about it until now. Of course it worked. Of course it worked! I picture going outside on a hot, balmy 100-degree day with a bottle of this, taking a nice swig, and it cooling my sweaty innards from 96 degrees to a nice, cool, crisp 50. I'll be cold-blooded just like Stumpy! And the thing that I love most about this soda and LESTER'S FIXINS, I gotta give them props because they are really good at this from the experience that I had in the past. it doesn't taste exactly like cucumbers. It almost tastes like the candy version of a cucumber. There's a little bit of a sugary note to it, and the two tastes, they come together brilliantly. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there, I mean, it's taboo to me, but I'm sure some people watching out there are saying, well, DJ Clive, I put sugar on my cucumbers and it tastes pretty damn good. I've never heard anything like that, but to me, it's like the two tastes are coming together for the first time. They're joining hands, they're French kissing, and they're mating, and the bond is beautiful, and it's a match made in heaven. So if I were to give this a star rating, you know what? I would drink a case of this. I'm gonna give this 4.5 stars. The funniest thing about this is that Lester's Fixins is not out to change the world with this flavor. It's not out to change the world with any of their flavors. They're just doing it as a goof, as a silly little gag. It just so happens that every once in a while, you see like a happy accident and it's actually really, really good. Cucumber soda, nobody thought about it until now, and it's actually very good. Their pickle soda was very good. Their pumpkin pie soda was not bad. That's the funny thing about LOL randomness. There's no science to it. You just try everything. You just throw a smattering of ideas at a wall. Some things are gonna stick and some things aren't. I mean, just look at a show like Regular Show. I think it's a piece of shit. No creativity whatsoever. Thanks for the thumbs down there, dude. A flavor like this exists because Lester's Fixins is trying everything. And normally, when a flavor exists just because it has to exist, I'm kind of against it, but because Lester is kind of self-aware and he's being silly, I'm a lot more welcoming of it. This is one of the best things I've ever had on the show. If you took all the nasty food that I had on the show, all 260 some odd food items, and you piled them into a big brown pile, this would be standing atop that pile. I say you go out right now and you buy yourself a case. Screw that. Buy yourself a truckload of Lester's Fixins cucumber soda. I am not steering you wrong, and never would I. So, this is your good buddy DJ Clive saying until next time, I'll see you in Limbo. And I don't know what's gonna happen on next program, but I can tell you what's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna be blown to Kingdom Come by some stupid phantom bomb. I went Minority Report on this bitch. I stopped that crime before it even happened. I hate to pat myself on the back, but I gotta do a little Barry Horowitz. I'm awesome, man. I can't say it any other way. I just rule.